Hi twins. I don't know if you're watching this. I love you. We're friends. Mwah. Nothing but the best of intentions. But the AI images that you are using on the Instagram, I implore you to listen to the comments, to hear people out. As a friend, as someone you love and who loves you back mutually, I am a digital artist. That is something I do as a side for income. Pillars within an art community. We can't advocate for AI taking the place of something that artists can do with all the love in the world. Please stop.
The views of Clinica Deprecious do not depict what actually occurs on Cult Wannakiki.
Do you want to kiki? Do you want to
Do you wanna kiki? Do you wanna kiki? Cult Wannakiki, Cult Wannakiki, Cult Wannakiki, 1, 2, 3. Cult Wannakiki, Cult Wannakiki, Cult. Okay, that's enough.
Yeah.
Thank you for using your platform for AI rights. The whole AI thing is so new.
I saw that on Canada. Oh, sorry.
At the end of the day, love you, sugar bakers, but sometimes your choices do have effects that you don't necessarily understand. But let's move on from that and talk about the episode, right?
Okay. Oh,
because if you have to go check out their Insta and even see the AI pics that they're putting out.
Oh my god! And I hope this is the last week for it. Let the art challenge be what kills it. Thank you.
Yeah.
I do like how on RuPaul.
Also, the show's on its last legs anyway, so come on, let's just keep.
They said we may as well. I do like how on RuPaul, on the most recent Canada versus the World, they had an AI themed runway.
Also, merch. You can get your Hillary Yaas coffee mug at campwannakiki.com.
Oh shit, that I drew!
It's cute, and you can drink coffee out of it.
Oh my god. Hillary, would you rather have that sticker, or if I threw one into an AI machine and it's just the same as that, but with like 3 eyes and extra limbs?
I like this one. Actually, Clinica Deprecious. This is Clinica Deprecious's art, that original art that they did for Season 4 of Camp Wannakiki. So this is a great example. Support your artists, local artists. They're very talented.
If AI had made that, there would be fingers on the hand that I drew, and there'd be like 7.
Okay, let's get into the episode. This was the ARTSY FARTSY badge where they got to do art, and you are an artist. What did you think of this art that they did?
Having it be the art off, as in like competitive,
the mother tucking art off,
like competitive still life painting is so stupid. And I love that Ruthie was bringing it with the energy of like she was announcing people ready to fist fight. It was fun.
Let me just say also,
have been really good.
Let me just say also that so people don't come after me for appropriation too much. That I am Hillary Bob Ross. So.
Not my realm.
Anyway, the art off. They had to draw pineapples, and I have to say those pineapples were amazing.
I loved, and see, this is an example of a challenge that gives the contestants freedom to showcase a little bit of their personality in a way I don't think we've really gotten to see on this show. Like, draw a pineapple.
Also explains
what
so
crazy
much.
shit can they come up with?
It explains so much. So the ones that were artistic, you were like, that makes sense. And the ones that had shitty paintings, you're like, that makes sense too. Like, Patty's painting makes so much sense with her makeup. It's like, oh, she just doesn't have that skill. Do you know what I mean? Like, to go outside the box too much.
Was that critique AI generated? Like hello? Excuse me, Patty?
Her pink pineapple? Come on, it was
I thought that was clever. I thought that was fun.
It was the worst.
That.
It was by far the worst.
It was bad, but like, I mean, talk about your brand. You line them all up. You know which one's Patty's.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I always got Patty's name in my mouth. But I mean, 4 of them went on, and then those 4, they had to draw or paint the birdhouse from last season that Miss Texas's team built. Did you see talk about AI, the rampant censorship of this episode? It was the best little cum coven written on the side, and cum was blurred out.
Which I thought was very funny that they decided to make them paint that. and then knew they were going to have to censor it down the road. I hope that was an intentional choice, because that was camp as hell.
But there was a couple censorship issues this episode. The word cum and the word fuck were both blurred out. Fuck was later on with Unique's look. Yeah.
Wait, but they say fuck all the time on this show.
Apparently, it must be different if it's written or something. I don't know. It's very interesting. I've never seen that before on this show.
People were saying... You can censor this. People were saying cunt last season.
Right?
In the main episode. Let me tell you...
Yeah.
Baby, that's continuity.
No, then there was Lulu Crystals and Stevie Phoenix.
Yes.
They moved on to paint the guest star of the episode. The talented, if their talent was wearing Bob Mackie gowns, Kimora Hall.
That Bob Mackie gown, Kimora told us she had commissioned specifically for this appearance to have it debut here, which I'm like...
Commissioned?
Oh,
by Bob Mackie?
I guess that's not the right term, but...
Imagine her closet is just like a whole bunch of hand-me-down, really expensive Bob Mackie dresses that somehow she fits into that bitch.
Let me tell you, she is stunning. She is
gorgeous. She's gorgeous.
Oh my god,
She's gorgeous. She doesn't have to put any effort in at all. Except 4 hours.
Except we know she does. She puts in 4 to 5 to 6 whole hours in painting. And let me tell you, we were so happy when she showed up fully painted, because we're like, oh, we do not have there's no spot on this campground that is worthy of you wanting to spend 6 to 7 hours in putting on your makeup.
So we got 2 final paintings. We got a nice light portrait and then a full body. Mm-hmm. I do think the winner was correct. Stevie's glamour portrait, despite the very hard chin, I think it captured the essence of Kimora Hall. I thought it was very beautiful.
Kimora got Lego-fied by Stevie. It was so funny. And I love that Kimora had such like a good sense of humor about it. Like it was so much fun. Maybe I'm biased, but yes, Stevie was absolutely the correct winner of that. I did not know that Stevie could like paint so realistically. Like he told me he had experience like painting walls and houses. And that's all I knew about him going into like the game in terms of like that kind of painting. But then I forgot, oh, he's a track artist as well. Yeah. Of course he knows how to paint well and detailed. I just didn't know he could draw a pineapple so lifelike.
It was so good. There was an immunity badge.
Yes.
I mean, everyone seemed to be shocked by this immunity badge.
I think as soon as they do kind of a tournament on the show, you should be prepared.
Do you think everyone was... Because after the fact, everyone was talking about... It was just like, oh, if I had... I remember this comment from last season where there was the first immunity badge. Oh, if I had known there was going to be immunity, I would have tried harder. I'm like...
No, but I do understand that because, like, sometimes you look at a challenge and you go into it and you're like, nobody wants to watch this seeing a drag entertainer earnestly trying. They want to see a drag entertainer, like, falling on their face, making good TV, dropping the jokes and prioritizing, like, the slapstick over I'm gonna actively... Because, I don't know, because, like, watching someone actively try is just not as fun. And so it's got to sting a bit when an immunity badge comes out and you're like, oh, god damn it. So what am I supposed to do? Like, comedy or try?
Yeah. And usually comedy, they're not very good at it. So they should probably focus on trying. It's the ARTSY badge. Yes! Now, I don't know if the last couple of badges have been, I think, very performative. And I think the performance that you bring to the talent show was very important with circus and sing-along, like musical theater and circus. It's such a performative art form. Those two things. But this is masterpiece. This, in my opinion, is where you can get by without a good performance.
I absolutely agree.
Is the mother tucking look.
And where I feel that a performance alone will not help you skate by, where you cannot rely solely on that.
And we have interesting things to say about
that. We do, with love.
Don't we? Okay, let's move on. So, first up in the running, we have Ooh, the incredible Lulu Crystal.
Yes!
Giving us
Salvador Dali Parton.
Salvador Dali Parton.
Listen,
So Salvador
earned that
Dali,
top placement from that name alone.
Yeah,
Like,
great
oh my
pun name. And Salvador Dali is known for these drippy, hallucinogenic paintings with melting clocks and stuff like that. And of course, we all know our diva, Dolly Parton. I'm trying to do the nail thing, but I don't have nails on.
I just started a fire.
Jerking off? You're just jerking off. Get out of here. The kids don't want to see that. Okay, back to Lulu Crystals. I thought this look is stunningly well just shaped, all the cool edges, and it's all like hammed and well put together. So many cool details, the drippy nails. The one sin of Crime Against Humanity is that blonde wig.
It was like
that as a wearer of blonde wigs, I thought was challenging to look at.
So I attributed the little tilt that it had going on as a little bit of the Salvador Dali being incorporated up there.
Yeah.
Without changing the shape of the Dali hair to be authentically Dali, while keeping it like, okay, it's starting to melt.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pick it apart because like I think it could have been better, but like that's not the big point here. But I think the outfit was great, and I thought, that mustache with the wire, so good. It was such a good look, and the makeup was beautiful. See, this is a bitch who like doesn't eat clearly, and does like the makeup, just like does a full face of new makeup every day, and it's just gorgeous. Love it.
It's beautiful. I love it.
I give it
I think I initially what?
5 amps of camp.
5 amps. I think upon initially looking at it, I was like, I feel like this has some fit problems, but like I think that's kind of the point, that it's like the outfit itself is melting off of this Dolly Parton like amalgamation. I love it. Yeah. I wish there was a joke in there where she's moving like working 9 to 4.
Yeah, it was so druggy this episode that you actually felt like you were on drugs.
I mean, yeah, I love it. I'm gonna do it again. I think there are some outfits that I consider like true 5s down the road, and I want to make sure they get their flowers. I do love this outfit. I shall give Lulu 4.
All right.
Yes.
So let's move on to Unique New York. Unique New York. Doing the Thinking Man statue. I don't know where it is. It's in some city, but it's that pondering man. I thought that was a very clever idea, honestly. The look, though, is just so simplistic. The bodysuit kind of fits. The headpiece, is very arts and crafts and maybe not a perfectly successful way. And then the cardboard thing on top just is like bad handwriting, and such a good concept, such poor execution. And in the masterpiece challenge, I think that's a problem.
Yeah, when Unique came out in this, if Unique had not spelled it out that this is the Thinker,
right,
I still wouldn't have seen it as the Thinker. I think if you had me sit down and look at this and come up with what this could possibly be, I would think that this is like Unique's original character, Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yeah, Thomas the Tank Engine. Unique the Tank Engine.
Because it's like the plume coming out, and I was like, I feel like it's a train. It is not. And I think it also suffers a bit from following Unique's broomsticked, because it is kind of a bit of a simplistic.
It's a brown bodysuit.
Again, except this one doesn't have the details of the other one, because the other one had the rhinestones in a way to make it look like it was a wood pattern.
Yeah.
And this one just doesn't have like any kind of like I don't really know. Like I almost wish that Unique had gone for, instead of doing like brown, maybe painted herself entirely gray, created cracks to look like a statue.
Well, to be honest, the statue itself is bronze, so it is
it really
brown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it is a very simple statue of a man just kind of thinking. He's like naked. He's just kind of like,
Unique, get naked. I'm kidding. No.
Exactly. Naked.
Naked. You know what we're thinking.
I give this I'm between a 3 and a 4, but because it is the art challenge and the look should be elevated, I'm gonna give it a 3. Camp.
And so I agree with you. I believe I will give this a 3, which is very unfortunate because Unique is one of the funniest bitches I know, and this idea was so
I know.
funny.
Like, Unique is consistently hilarious. The broom, everything, all of So moving on, we've got Ivana Pizza as the Virgin Mary. A gorgeous Virgin Mary. So well done in Ivana's style. I thought this was pretty fun.
I really loved this. I'm gonna be when she first came out, my first initial thought was big yellow headpiece, flowing blue dress. This kind of is very similar to what we just saw, but upon looking at it more, like, this really sells what I wish. Let me put it this way. Ivana is giving Mary, Mother of God, appearing to people in their dreams in a Monty Python sketch.
Yeah, that's so true.
Like, there's something so beautifully unhinged, like, absolute. Oh my God, I love it. It's so crazy. Listen. Now, if Ivana appeared in this to the Paris Olympics opening ceremony, there'd be maybe the Christians would be right.
It was interesting because I watched the Rec Room, and Ivana was talking about how much they were thinking about what look to do, and I'm glad they did, but I think they might have got too much in their head. The one thing about choosing the Virgin Mary for me is that it's a little bit too overdone. So that's my one problem with it. I love seeing it in Ivana's style. Love Ivana's style. I think she did an amazing job. This is gorgeous. For Masterpiece, it's good. I would give her a 5, but I can't because I think it's just, I wish she would have done something more interesting. So this is a 4 answer for me.
I love me a Ivana with the wild eyes and the beard and like the recipe's kind of slipping a bit and just having the fit problems, but as this absolute like unhinged Mother Mary. Like I give this flowers because this is, of all the Mother Marys I've seen in drag, this is the most unhinged that I've seen.
Yeah.
I like this. I love sacrilegious shit. This is great.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna give this a 4.
If you use holy water instead of piss on the paternity test, it'll register God as the dad.
We've got Rip'em!
Doing
Jupiter devouring his son, which is a famous ish painting by Goya.
Yes.
It's this monstrous thing eating the sun, and it's like kind of headless. It's a terrifying painting, but of course it goes with that Greek mythology, or I guess Jupiter, that's Roman mythology, you know.
Right.
So,
Eats all his kids.
And but then they like get puked back up and turned into more gods. Like, it's a very convoluted story.
I am of the belief that the idea of like, oh, drag entertainers, they're gonna lose points if they pick a painting or something that people don't recognize or understand.
Bullshit.
In the wise words of Bimini Bomb Boulash from RuPaul's Drag Race, read a fucking book.
Bullshit.
I love it. I love when drag entertainers like shine lights on things that are not the obvious references.
Yeah.
So that is not what Rip'em is going to be docked any points for. If you showed me this painting and showed me Rip'em's performance, I still don't see enough of a connection between the two. In the painting, he has long, luscious hair, and I assume his son does too, since his whole head is, we can't see it, it's in his mouth. But why bald?
I love the reference. I think it looks more like Gollum than Jupiter, honestly. So, I mean, I like the inspired by. I kind of understood the reference right away when they were eating. But it was also, like, weird because it was a different kind of take on it. It was, like, more like eating themselves rather than eating their son.
Well,
you know?
They did mention eating their drag child. And I'm wondering if maybe, like, eating their son, if this was, like, I'm bald, I'm painted entirely white, and like this is I'm eating my non-binary child.
I wish honestly the performance was a little more terrifying. There was a campiness to it, which is good for Camp Wannakiki, But I also think it could have been camped up in more interesting ways. Like, what if it was Jupiter devouring his hot dog? You know, like, what if it was Jupiter devouring, you know, a 6-inch dildo? I don't know. Like,
Damn.
there's so many different other ways you could go with this.
I'm going to give, out of respect to the other 3 amps and the 4 amps that are within this, I'm gonna have to give Rip'em 2 amps.
I'm kind of between 2 and 3 also.
Just because I know there's some other people who get 3 amps, but I think that Rip'em, this wasn't Rip'em's week.
I'm also between 2 and 3 also. For me, I'm gonna give it a 3. Why? Because I love the classics. Thank you for reaching back into that pocket of knowledge that tickled my fancy. And also, go Canada! Anyways, so let's move on. We've got Hanna-Barbera.
Yes!
Doing, Louis Wayne. This, I don't know, I think he died in 1920 or so. So early 19th century psychedelic painter of cats. Very interesting fellow when you look him up. And now all of his cat paintings are, I guess Hannah's just really into the Louis Wayne. It almost looks like something that would have inspired the 90s Rainbow Leopard Fantasia. Do you know what I mean? With what's her face and all that, like 90s leopard
and
stuff.
it looks like this is combining 2 different kind of presentations of art. Like, I love how it's very we have the art that Hannah's showcasing, but the way it's showcased is like it's like she's trying to cosplay both the art and the exhibit that it's being presented in.
Yeah, she is the exhibit. It's very it's like very like Lady Gaga art pop.
Yes.
Like, this reference for me was very like, she's coming out as a weird kiddie version of art pop.
I love the fringe and how the little handles were used as earrings and how they're on the edges of the gloves. I do love those very much. I wish that the hood was a little bit more constricting to Hannah's head and that there was even more fringe on the elbows.
Yeah. That material though is very hard to work with in that way.
It really is. Because that's like,
it's like
also the material she's using, that's thick and heavy.
That's like couch material. I'm familiar with couch material. I really would have wished she would have come out as one of the cats, or as Louis Wayne with a cat or something. I do appreciate the references to me. Like, this actually reminds me of my couch look with like the tassels for earrings and stuff like that. So points for that. I'm gonna give this a 2 amps of champ.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna give this 3 amps because I like the idea. I do think this is a good look. If I I enjoy it. There are things that I like would adjust to elevate and things I remove, but I think this is a solidly in the middle look for me.
Yeah, it's just not enough for me, and it's confusing. I don't like things that confuse me. It makes me look stupid. You bitch! You made me look stupid! All right, moving on. We've got one of my favorite looks, Stevie Phoenix.
Oh, let me tell you, seeing this in person and then seeing it again on TV, it just got better.
Yeah.
This was an
I love this.
look.
I mean, everything about it is just a fantasia of a still. It just, I didn't even know the reference of this specific painter, Giuseppe Arcimboldo, and he does his fruit basket face, man with a face of a fruit basket. I thought it was just a reference to typical still life paintings of fruit. Yeah. You see it all the time. And it was so good. Like, the fruit was all over, and then he opened his jacket and there's more fruit, and his belt is like a basket to pull up, and he's like, I'm also crazy, look at my pills. Like, it's just, It goes on, and it just in a way that makes sense and
I loved
makes it so campy. My favorite look. This is an easy 5 out of 5 amps to me. I just friggin' love this look. It's so good.
I am also going to give this 5 amps. If I had one critique, I don't think Stevie even really, not looking at it now, I don't think Stevie really needed to have the pill reveals. They were hilarious. They were amazing. And I wish the camera focused so I could see all of them written down the sides and have a moment to really process them.
Yeah.
Because the way it was edited, I could read one and then done, and I had to rewind. But I don't think you'd even needed that. I think on its own, just with the opening up and having the fruit and picking yourself up and carrying yourself around, this is gorgeous.
The makeup. Leaves glued on the face, green skin, peaches for cheeks. So gorgeous. A Carmen Miranda headpiece, all rhinestoned. So underrated, in my opinion. I think they were having a little trouble with the prosthetic on the nose, but I don't care. When the sugar bakers say amp up your camp, what I think you gotta always remember is how do you take it further by making it better? And those pill bottles took it into a personal place where it's I'm a fruit, I'm queer, I'm gay. I feel like a fruit basket. I'm expressing myself. I have bad mental health. Look at all the pills I take. I'm a freaking fruit basket. I'm crazy. So it just keeps amping it up. The idea, the concept, the props. This is so outrageously good and such a great example of amping up your camp.
What are we, the audience, not being told about? Because why the hell was this not in the top?
Patty Beret.
Okay, get on with your comment first about her makeup.
Giving, yeah, exactly.
Get it out.
Patty Beret giving us Van Gogh, Go Girl.
I love it.
Van Gogh is well known for painting and being obsessed with painting sunflowers. It's well documented. So this crazy take on a go-go girl with these ridiculous wired sunflowers are just so stupid.
I love it.
And her coming out on roller skates. And then of course the drug references. Honestly, I'm not for that. I think it's a little bit but it's okay. I mean, she's gorgeous. And thank God, like you said, the makeup. Patty Beret finally changed up her makeup in a way that is so not even different, but she did change the coloration of her lips and eyes. And for that, we need to give applause. It's not a 5, so Patty's streak is finally broken. For me, but I will give it a 4. So good for you, Patty.
Oh, Patty, please forgive me. But with please forgive me. My love for the 5s in this runway do surpass this, but it is still a absolutely magnanimous, beautiful look. So this is also with the same amount of amps as Lulu. So you are in fantastic company, Patty. I am sorry. 4 amps of camp, but I love it.
All right, thank you for that.
Oh, sorry. Geniality.
We know you're not. You're a bitch. Okay, moving on. We've got Nutella Fitzgerald giving us the famous kitsch painting, dogs playing poker, personified, brought to life. This is friggin' fantastic. It's
immaculate.
So
right there with Stevie on you don't have to tell me a damn thing. There's not a lapse of a moment where I'm not understanding. I don't even have to know this is for a art runway on a TV show. You could show this to me and I probably would assume it's for an art runway on a TV show.
It was so good.
So well done. I love when people have those big, crazy props. There's so much can go wrong and it just looked amazing. There was so much to work with. All the jokes were landing. Getting to watch it in person, seeing her drink from the cup, eat the food, having the dogisms of it, just every joke.
I don't know. It's so good. It's
It
so
was
good.
amazing.
Head to toe. The hair is so beautiful in this like poodle thing. All of these references to dog treats and lapping up the water like a dog, and it just works. It just
so
works.
With
She's
the
like
regal big
Liberace.
flare coat, and just also it's somehow I was a little nervous at first. If I was Nutella packing for this, I'd be like, I've got the giant black hair, I've got the giant black coat, I've got the giant black cape and the neck piece, and I was worried that it would all blend together and nothing would really pop, but it all somehow really, really worked with the entire fantasy. It came together, and to put those curls on the ends of her sleeves as well. It was beautiful.
Oh, it works so well. It just is so perfect. I think it makes everything pop so well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, think things you want to pop. You know, the dress is gorgeous, but it should kind of be in the background of like the clear images, like the poker and the dog, and like then it just kind of, it makes it almost look more like a painting. It's just really, really cool. I love it, love it, love it. This is an easy 5 answer.
Oh, absolutely 5. Like this and Stevie's like really just were next level to me.
Okay, well then we have our top 2. It is Nutella Fitzgerald, I believe, and also Lulu Crystals. And congratulations, Lulu Crystals, on taking home your first win.
Yes.
Now, do you agree? I mean, we thought Stevie really should have been in the top here. I
thought, well, I mean, again, who are we? I was kind of gooped it wasn't Nutella. I was really, really gooped that Nutella didn't win. And but I'm happy that Lulu is receiving her flowers, because I feel like her getting a win now is kind of making up for the fact that there were quite a few times I think she could have been in the top before.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. And
so I feel like I'm sorry, Nutella. Like, I think you should have won this, but I feel like the universe scales like balanced a bit with Lulu winning.
Congratulations, Lulu.
Congrats, Lulu.
Yeah. And then of course we have a bottom 3: Rip 'em, Unique New York, and Hanna-Barbera.
And it's rare they pull out a bottom 3.
Yeah. Well, Kimora Hall suggested it, so I don't know. Shady.
Damn.
So Rip 'em,
Kimora said, let me talk to as many bitches as I can.
Yeah. Rip 'em, though, apparently does escape the bottom 2, which was, I think, surprising. I thought that they might have saved Hannah or Unique, who has a win under their belt, right?
Mm-hmm. I for sure, I mean, I think there's arguments to be made, like, that any of the 3 of them could appropriately be the one to, like, escape the bottom 2.
Yeah.
So I think that's just a little technical, but ooh, what a hard-hitting goodbye any of the 3 of them would have been.
Well, I'm so sorry to see that Hanna-Barbera is the one who took the hike.
Oh,
it's so sad. It's so
that
sad.
Rocked the set.
Poor darling. But I mean, hey, someone had to do it, and Hannah honestly went out so gracefully.
Also, having come through every single runway so far, showcasing amazing looks and just proving how much there really is no one like Hanna-Barbera. And she got that done in just 4 runway looks. And that's all you need to see to know that Hannah truly is one of a kind. And I'm so proud of her. And
now, if you want to hear more from Hanna-Barbera, check out my podcast, Squirrel Talk. We're going to be having an exit interview with Ms. Barbera.
Ooh.
Spill all the tea and find out a little bit more about our love and muffin from Los Angeles, Las Vegas. I think it's phenomenal. It's just so good. So please tell your grandma to watch. Tell people to watch. Tell people to get over Camp Drag. I don't know why Camp Drag is... It really feels like Camp Drag is getting dragged these days. Like, I don't know if you feel it in the air.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, a lot of people are just being like, gross, Camp Wannakiki people. Blah, you guys aren't talented. Dragula's better. And I'm like, Dragula's completely different. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
it's people getting upset at drag entertainers for not being pretty when we're like, I hate to be the bearer. I'd hate to say this, and this is no shade towards any of the, but like, this is not the pretty drag show.
No, it's still
not.
a stupid drag show.
Like,
it's not the pretty drag show, and it's not the scary drag show. It's the stupid as fuck drag show.
It's the stupid one.
It's the stupid one. It celebrates. Why don't I put that stack of construction paper on my face today? You know, so
this is the show. This is the show that you that if you were to see any of these numbers or any of these looks at a bar for any kind of show you see, this would be the first thing you and the other gays would talk about at brunch the next day.
Yeah,
they'd be like, did that bitch really do that? Was that bitch really dressed up like that? Like,
and that's the perfect way to take us out. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and tip so that we can continue doing this kind of stuff. But otherwise, we'll see you next time for more construction paper on our face. Bye.
Do you wanna kiki? Do you want to?
Do you wanna kiki? Do you wanna kiki? Cult Wannakiki, Cult Wannakiki, Cult Wannakiki, 1, 2, 3. Cult Wannakiki, Cult Wannakiki, Cult. Okay, that's enough.